Lando Norris is determined to find a way to prevent any future on-track clashes with Max Verstappen after their collision while vying for victory at the Austrian Grand Prix. As the McLaren driver prepares for the upcoming British Grand Prix, he spoke exclusively with BBC Sport about the incident and his plans moving forward. "We want to race hard and we both know that," Norris stated. "But we definitely don't want things ending like they did. We want to make sure we avoid that in the future." Norris and Verstappen's collision occurred with just 6 laps remaining at the Red Bull Ring. After several intense laps of racing, which saw both drivers going off track at times, the two collided when Verstappen moved over on Norris, who was attempting a move on the outside. The incident ended Norris's race and dropped Verstappen back to 5th place. Norris was critical of Verstappen's actions post-race, accusing the Red Bull driver of being a little bit desperate and changing his line during the braking zone, a move against F1 regulations due to the inherent dangers. Speaking at the McLaren factory days after the incident, Norris revealed that he and Verstappen have been in contact and plan to have a more extensive conversation to clear the air. "We've texted," Norris shared. "We're going to have a chat, of course, because I think it's the correct thing to do. But apart from that, what we talk about and how things go is between us." Despite the tension on track, Norris and Verstappen maintain a friendship off track. Norris is confident they can move past the controversy. "I think so," he said. "Like we've said many times, because of the respect we still have. I'm not going to let something like that suddenly blow up everything." Norris acknowledged that his adrenaline may have influenced some of his post-race comments. "Definitely my adrenaline side probably got a little the better of me in a few of the comments. I don't think everything I said was probably as correct as what it should be," he admitted. However, he stands by his actions during the race and believes he did nothing wrong. The challenge for Norris now is to understand how to compete against Verstappen's aggressive driving style. "It's a good question because there is no simple answer," Norris said. "It's understanding what he thinks, how he thinks, all those types of things, is the mentality you need to go in with." To better compete with Verstappen, Norris plans to analyze the Dutchman's racing style closely. "It is something I need to prepare for," he said, "to look into previous races and things like that and understand those types of things. We need roles to be clear and defined in each and every area. But you've got to be ready to give what he gives to you, it's as simple as that." Despite the challenges, Norris relishes the competition. "I love that. It was nerve-wracking. It was exciting, even for me inside the car. My eyes were wide open. I was loving it. As much as I wanted it to be that little bit easier, I loved it, and it was tough and that's why I do what I do." Norris has already secured his maiden victory this year at the Miami Grand Prix and has consistently challenged Red Bull since then. He was in contention for victory in Canada, Spain, and Austria, only to be denied by fine margins. Nonetheless, Norris is optimistic about more wins in the future. "We're going against what everyone has been saying is the most competitive car in history," he explained, "one of, if not the, best driver ever in F1. A very competitive team. And to go up against one of these groups or teams in general you need everything to go pretty much perfectly, and things are almost there. But it's that last 1%. It's a little bit from the car, a little bit from myself." Looking ahead to the British Grand Prix, Norris is particularly excited about the possibility of winning on home soil. "If I could win anywhere and only once, it would be Silverstone," he said. "I'm very, very excited. Just because it's the fans and the atmosphere, the feeling you get, the smile on your face. I'm just excited for all of it. It gives you a buzz and energy that you don't get anywhere else." The 2023 British Grand Prix marked a significant turnaround for McLaren. After starting the season towards the back of the grid, the team introduced a major upgrade in Austria, which saw Norris suddenly competing at the front. By Silverstone, Norris and teammate Oscar Piastri were qualifying second and third, with Norris leading the opening 4 laps after beating Verstappen off the line. This progress convinced Norris to extend his contract with McLaren, committing until at least the end of 2026. Before the season began, he predicted that McLaren would catch Red Bull and win races in 2024, a prediction that has been proven right. Norris attributes much of McLaren's success to team principal Andrea Stella. "I signed the contract with McLaren because I had a lot of confidence, and that is not something I have often had a lot of. But I just had that feeling that that time was coming," he said. "I finally had a better picture of what it took in order to try to be world champions and have a race-winning car, what was needed and what we had. And we were not far away. We still have work to do, but we are closer than ever. As Norris looks forward to the British Grand Prix, he is motivated by the progress McLaren has made and the potential for more victories. It's a combination of things, but Andrea in my eyes has been the biggest key to this whole turnaround.